We didn't need it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Genius Night. Future and present geniuses. Welcome to your night. Genius Night, thank you all so much for coming out. My name is Josh Watkins. I co-produce the show with the once and future king, Tom Harrison. Yes, give it to him. He loves it. He likes that. Tonight's lineup is a true brain power summit. Let me ask you up front. Are you people ready for your skulls to grow so large that they cannot safely balance atop your necks? Are you ready? That was horrible. I ask once more. Are you clowns ready for your noggins to swell as big as prize pumpkins from the wealth of knowledge exploding out of tonight's genius lineup? Yes. Yes. That's what I thought. And some housekeeping. If your head does triple in size, do not operate a motor vehicle or a bicycle. After last month's Genius Night, a few of our beloved audience members did die from big head complications. In fact, shortly, Tom is going to circulate some assumption of risk agreements among all of you and some pens, if you can sign. Thank you. Moving right along. As Tom and I have been shaping the nature of this show, we spent a lot of time thinking about what makes a genius. The Skewer was a great show, and I'm proud of the work that Tom and Erica Dreisbach did, and all the great Skewer performers, myself included. But the point of that show was politics. The goddamn news. Did you hear about the president's diaper? Whatever. To be clear, Genius Night performers are more than welcome to touch on these subjects. This is a forum for the free exchange of ideas and information. But what Tom and I want, and to be clear, every word that comes out of my mouth tonight and forever is entirely co-signed by Tom Harrison. What we want is a show driven by the pursuit of pure knowledge. Objective, fair, unperverted by ideology, all right? Here's the thing. Earlier this month, I received an email from David Ellison. All right, okay, so a few of you have been reading the trades. For those of you who don't, he just purchased Paramount. He's making some changes at the CBS newsroom. Unrelated, but his dad is like the second richest dude alive. And he told me that if Genius Night continues to be too ideological, his firm will buy us out and put Barry Weiss in charge. So, I met with David and his team. I'm sorry, Tom, I probably should have told you about this before. Right now, we went to Ruth's Chris in Northbrook. And they said I could have whatever I wanted off the appetizer menu. And I heard them out. That's what we do in these divided times. We listen to each other, okay? We meet each other in the middle. He's a billionaire, I'm trailer trash, but we're both human. And look, I didn't agree with everything that they were saying, but they gave me a lot to chew on. And I'm not just talking about those sizzling crab cakes, folks. David Ellison's team of investors, business guys, politicos, these are people that I used to get up on this stage and call worms, repulsive twerps, vampires, frankly, pedophiles, bedwetting fascist swine. But I learned that one crucial trait of a genius is letting your worldview be challenged, okay? That's why I went to Ruth's Chris in Northbrook, and that's why all of you are here tonight, okay? And I got some great notes from David's team. For starters, we should seek to emulate the real geniuses of this world, okay? Who are the experts? Who are the disruptors? Who has a little bit of money? I got to thinking, if we're so fucking smart, Tom, why aren't we rich yet? All right? Take Bill Gates, all right? His genius made him wealthy. He did not, in fact, make his riches by cheating at a game of intellectual property chess. No, he invented computer. And everybody loves computer. Yes. A normal rich guy might have stopped there. But being a genius, Gates used his resources to become one of our most fertile minds. Now he's an expert in global health, the climate crisis, Africa, which I learned through research, not a country, and most personal to me, education policy, all right? You see, I was class of '09 at South Granville High School in Granville County, North Carolina. Go Vikings. okay, a poor school for dirt people. And while I was a student, the school received a generous grant from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. All right, rest in peace, Melinda. She's not dead. But after divorcing a sexy genius, she might as well be. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation did a lot for South Granville. They balkanized our school into 3 micro schools, okay? The School of Health and Life Sciences for the smart kids, the School of Agriculture and Applied Studies, and my School of Business and Global Communications. It's actually why I'm an expert in business and global communications. The grant also turned us into a high-tech school, okay, with Windows devices, of course. They won the contract fair and square. South Granville also used the money to get a chicken fillet in our moldy cafeteria. It was overpriced. Most perplexing, though, was this machine provided us by the foundation. And I can't remember what they called it, but the gist was if you were an educator who was found to have considered unionizing the teaching staff, you had to lay face down on this bed while a commandant climbed a ladder up to the scriber from which he could operate the harrow, this thing that basically carves the words right to work into your back flesh until you bleed to death. It was kind of cool. I mean, we got to miss class to watch this stuff in assembly. We did lose some great teachers, but I think it was worth it to get 1 degree closer to Bill Gates' genius. But David's team also stressed that not all geniuses are in the top 1%. Okay? Some are even as low as the top 20%. In fact, a lot of great minds are fully accessible to all of you behind a paywall. They can be found in the opinion pages of the New York Times, the Atlantic Monthly, The Economist, Vox, Barry Weiss's Free Press. I've discovered so many brilliant voices in those publications. There's this columnist I really like. His name is General Heath Wanamaker. He was a military genius first, all right? He commanded the U.S. Army in our highly successful and popular post-9/11 wars. But he's so smart that after retiring early, he got paid more money to work for these think tanks. General Wanamaker is a policy fellow at the Institute for Oriental Meddling. He also sits on the board of the Prosperous Americans for Prosperity. You might have seen him on cable TV discussing why the people of Venezuela and Iran and maybe China will greet us as liberators, and why Medicare for All will bankrupt our troops, and why the Democratic Party can only win by nominating its first necromancy candidate, John McCain. These are, stop laughing, serious people discussing serious ideas. Now, has General Wanamaker gotten some stuff wrong in the past? Sure. Everyone makes bad judgment calls, okay? But a genius must be allowed room to make mistakes. All of the most serious politicians and newspapers supported America's invasions of Iraq and Afghanistan. Literally no one alive at that time knew those wars were going to be little boo-boos, okay? Tinky Winky and Lala were in favor of Operation Iraqi Freedom. But to be fair, they were skeptical about the Afghanistan stuff. Poe said the Patriot Act was only a problem if you had something to hide. Okay? My dad said that also. Of course, many of you remember Dipsy stepped in it a little. He made a little PR boo-boo. He did say that the Jews did 9/11, all right? But because he's a genius, we gave him some leeway, okay? He crashed out. He went to rehab, all right? He got out of rehab, okay? And he got to do an apology trip. He went to Israel. You saw those prize-winning photos of Dipsy arm deep in the Wailing Wall. You saw the look in his eyes. Tell me you did not see a changed genius, all right? Those are the Teletubbies. But I'd say that my biggest takeaway from David Ellison and his team was I got to see both sides of an issue as equally valid, okay? And that's helped me revise some of my previous notions, okay? I've come up here, I've said some very partisan, some very ideological stuff, okay? And it's not fair, all right? Israel, Palestine, I support everyone, all right? Because, okay, don't laugh, that's fine. Both sides, really, okay, they want the same thing, all right? Israelis want safety, all right? They want joy and prosperity and the West Bank and the Gaza Strip and the Golan Heights, and probably actually a lot of Syria and Jordan. For sure, Lebanon. And the land north of Lebanon, only as far as, like, Krakow. And that's all the Israelis want. Okay, they also want to export the worst electronic dance music in the world. Now, the Palestinians, they want, now that I'm thinking about it, I got no idea what those guys are into. I've been reading the New York Times every day for years, and it really hasn't come up. Frankly, say what you will, David Ellison told me not to use the word Palestinians. But as an aspiring genius, I have to be brave, and I have to buck trends, okay? I don't do what people tell me to, unless they're super rich. As many of you know, I rolled all my abilities for the humanities, particularly literature. Now I recognize that that was stupid. Why would anyone read a novel? That shit did not happen. Someone made it up. Waste of time. So, instead, I humble myself. And I'm going to share with you, okay, because this night is about sharing our expertise. I'm going to share with you some cool science facts that I've accumulated from the web. I have learned some truly mind-blowing stuff. For instance, did you know that the hottest planet in our solar system is Venus? Its clouds are made of sulfuric acid. Did you know most penguins mate for life? I know. No, so you guys probably don't do that one. Don't give me that. Did you know that the deepest point in Earth's ocean is the Mariana Trench? It's in there. It's called the Challenger Deep, and it's almost 7 miles below the surface, which is deeper than flipping Mount Everest upside down. That pressure, that deep, is over 15,000 psi, meaning that if you traveled to the bottom of the Challenger Deep and lined up every employee of ICE and DHS, that their bodies would instantly liquefy into a slurry. That is not political. Also, by the way, that point is empirical. I am using the ICE agents for scale. Did you know that your body is home to trillions of bacteria? In fact, they outnumber your human cells about 10 to 1. Did you know that there are animals who practice coprophagia, which means they eat feces? On rare occasions, gorillas, our ancestors, have been observed consuming their feces, possibly out of boredom, a desire for warm food, or to re-ingest seeds contained in the feces. ICE agents have also been observed eating their own feces and the feces of gorillas. Did you know that if you take a club hammer and smash an ICE agent's peanut head, candy comes out? Some of you didn't know that. Did you know that a bolt of lightning can heat the air around it to 30,000 kelvins, which is 53,540 degrees Fahrenheit, about 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun, not unlike the hellfire that will consume every single ICE agent when they die? So thank you, David Ellison and his team, for the thoughtful notes. We have a great show for you tonight. Okay. Expertise abounds in this lineup. You will become a genius in crashing parties, a genius in crowd work, a genius at Magic the Gathering, and much more. And our now trademark Genius Night bracket debate will answer most of life's pressing questions. Thank you all for being here. Shall we begin making you all smarter and pumping up your heads too large? Yes? Oh my God, I made a mess. Just a moment. Tom. That's why we pay Tom the big bucks. Okay, the first person who we're going to talk to tonight is Sadie Lancrete. Yes! Sadie Lancrete is a performer and producer of the D&D live show Thirst for Adventure at the Lincoln Lodge. Heard of it? Here in Chicago, but most importantly for tonight's purposes, a fine artiste of great renown, and also please check out her art. It fucking whips. Everybody? No, don't.
Keep vamping.
Oh,
What's your social security
You guys, okay, everybody say your social security number at the same time. We will start. 2, 3, 7. You're not doing it. 3, 1. I have nothing. Take it. Sadie Lancrete, everybody.
Thank you so much. Give it up for our host. I can feel my intelligence levels rising dangerously. Good evening, fellow geniuses and plucky aspirants. My name, though it was just said in my introduction, but bears repeating in my opinion, is Sadie Lancrete. And against all odds, I am an artist. I am a multidisciplinary artist, a jack off all trades, if you will, and you should. My notable works include fine portraiture, garment construction, inexplicable number of the same 3 to 4 elves. And I may not be a household name, but how many of us even have households anymore? So who cares? I want to express that it's an honor to be here tonight in a quorum of hungry minds and open hearts. A safe haven from the cruel storm that is this dark age. The year is 2025. Things are undeniably bleak in the creative space. Late to end stage capitalism is the law of the land, and the artistic spirit suffers in survival mode. Everything is designed for impressions, clicks, and views. All movies are prequels, sequels, or remakes, and all Broadway shows are stage adaptations of those same movies. Independent artists are forced to spend most of their energy doing self-promotion just to get by or battling with larger entities stealing their work. Fine art institutions exist for rich kids to make expensive investment pieces for other rich kids. And of course, the tech bros are attempting a takeover of the artistic space with their generative AI models flooding the internet with 7-fingered slop. Money, capitalism, has poisoned the wellspring of creativity with which we once watered our great garden of art, leaving loftier ideas withering on the vine, out of reach, while the lowest hanging fruit is harvested to churn into content chutney. And what a bitter chutney it is. How can we make true art in these inhospitable conditions? Can the human spirit triumph in a society designed to grind us all into product? I am here tonight to tell you, yes, it can. Presenting my own personal credo, developed through a consistent artistic practice, the artist's way. That is not the same thing as the artist's way. That is, I don't even know who that is. They totally ripped off my whole thing. I don't even know her. Why would? It's actually really different. The artist's way is my tried and true method of pursuing true artistic freedom by divesting from capitalism and letting the divine voices of the muses speak through you. Who or what are the muses, you may ask? Well, the classical definition describes the muses as 9 daughters of the Greek pantheon, godly embodiments of the arts and sciences from whom creativity originates. Of course, this was ancient Greece, which according to my research was pretty long ago. So the muses we aim to channel today may not appear to be the same bechightened babes of antiquity. When I refer to the muses, I'm speaking broadly of creative impulses, whims, obsessions, which can take many forms. Now, it's important to accept without shame whatever form possesses you to pick up that pen, that paintbrush. Remember, we as artists are merely conduits to these primordial forces. But Professor Author Sadie, you ask, how do I get possessed by the artistic spirit? To let the muses in, you must first lower your sanity level. Now, luckily, lowering your sanity level is something exceedingly simple in today's climate. There are a few ways to accomplish this, one of the more popular being substances, ethers, spirits, highly sugared energy drinks. You know, in ancient times, the oracle at Delphi sat above a fissure in a rock in a chasm to breathe the noxious gases that were interpreted as divine visions for Apollo. Now, if you don't have a rock fissure at home, you can just stare at TikTok for hours unblinkingly until you feel so moved to throw your phone across the room. All right, entering a trance-like state. Another great way to lower your sanity level is my personal favorite, hermetism. Yes, the madness of isolation is quite potent and effective, and also ties into the third and most important, most important thing, which is called being unreasonably horny, like dangerously horny. The muses love that energy. They love that. It's like they're drawn to it like sexy butterflies drawn to a sexy flower. Sexy yonic flower dripping with nectar. Pause for nectar. Of course, driving yourself insane is only the first step. The drawbridge is lowered, certainly, but what inside the castle of your mind will entice the muses over the moat? Fripperies, of course. Yes, fripperies. To truly embody the artiste way, one must cultivate the accoutrement of an artiste, balancing being relentlessly pretentious and being a dirtbag bohemian, something I do very well. Create a space that you feel like is in your element. For me, that means, art covering every wall so that when I, stare off into the middle distance in a numb despair, as I am wont to do, I can be awakened by beauty. I forgot to mention pillows and blankets everywhere so I don't bruise myself when I throw myself to the ground in a fit of ennui. Every surface bedecked in trinkets, all haunted. From secondhand stores buzzing with dark energy. And of course, the totems and effigies of the muses themselves to be exalted. Now, it is important to dress the part as well. The artiste's wardrobe should be at least a little bit mentally ill-looking. So don your burgundy coat and your fez and collapse onto a pile of plushes. The stage is now set for the muses coming to play. Now we've let the muses in, right? Let's talk about divesting from capitalism. Now when I'm saying that I'm not, under any illusion that we don't need money to live and we don't need to support our own lifestyle, right? I'm a champion of the day job. Now, having a day job was once something that was looked down on and said that you were a quote unquote not a real artist. Now in my opinion, the opposite is true. When your creative output is your source of income, it becomes work. Work sucks. So when you make art work, then your art sucks. It's not cool anymore, okay? Work sucks, you're here at this show. Also, no artist likes doing fucking pet portraits. I'm so sorry. It's not a thing about the pets. I love the pets. But when we do that, it's like pulling teeth, and you can see it in the pit mix eyes looking back at you from the canvas. So where creativity goes to die. Having a day job will protect the glowing ember of your heart from the ravages of capitalism by making art something you can look forward to. Now, the next step for safeguarding yourself from capitalism is becoming completely unmarketable. By being strange and hyper-specific in your interests, you don't risk the temptation of making your projects into products. Controversially, I believe that a useful tool for this is fan art and fan fiction. But Dr. Professor Sadie, weren't you just lamenting the sequelification and the sameness of mainstream media? How is making fan work any different? My sweetheart, I say, gently tucking a loose strand of hair behind your ear. On the surface, fan work may look like worship of existing IPs, mere echoes of market-tested premises and characters, but in the hands of the artiste, it's a radical act. Because you don't own the IP, you legally can't make any money from it. And because you can't make any money from it, you have nothing to lose. And when you have nothing to lose, you can get as freaky with it as you want. Allowing the weird shit to bloom like the sexy flower from before. What were the other parts of this? Oh yeah, no money. Oh, yeah, the sexy flower. Okay, I almost forgot. It's all laid out for you. You don't need to do any work. This brings me to impishness for the artiste. Creating should feel like doing many little crimes. Now, this is a powerful creative motivator, as the point of art in many ways to see how much you can get away with. Keeping a buoyant sense of playfulness and mischief about you is tantamount to channeling the muses, they themselves fickle little creatures puppeting our hearts. Sharpie a mustache onto a real estate agent's bus bench portrait. Make your Barbies kiss. Make every single character in a franchise gay and trans, and then make them kiss. Subvert societal norms. It's nothing new for the artiste. Have a sense of humor. It's nothing new. Another wonderful tool I use in the artiste way is avoidance. Yes, nothing is more motivating than avoiding something else. So always have something else you're supposed to be working on. Sidebar, this is a great combination between day job and impishness because time theft is, let's say it, a victimless crime. Like yeast feeding on sugar, creativity blossoms while feasting on procrastination, resulting in a deliciously funky sourdough art. And the avoidance method is not limited only to work and drudgery. No, creative projects can stack, so you can avoid one by working on the other and make your life a chaotic resource management sim. For example, as the deadline for this piece approached, I took near constant breaks to do stuff I wouldn't have thought to do otherwise, like tailoring a pair of gloves, practicing obscure English ballads on the acoustic guitar never to be performed, and starting to construct a papier-mâché nose. I only was able to lock in and write this once I started avoiding some emails. So I am playing 5D chess with and against myself, and everybody's winning. All right, let's see. And all of these things are possible with one of the most important things here, sheer audacity. The, I can do that mindset. They say comparison is the thief of joy, but delusion is the gift of the muses. Yes, it is stronger. There's an old saying, if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. The artiste, guided by the muses, sees a horse and thinks, I could build a horse. I could make my own horse out of stuff from the thrift store. I should start building a horse now at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday night. And if you've opted into the hermit lifestyle as well, it's even better because nobody is around to stop you. Nobody can stop you. Yes, you and the horses you build can frolic freely in an endless meadow of possibilities when you lean into that idea that it's not that hard. Now, if you're struggling with a little voice saying, well, I didn't go to school for this, or that's technically illegal, remember the impishness, right? Turn your imposter syndrome into your imposter superpower and see how much you can get away with. So there you have it, embracing the artist's way. Now, I will conclude by saying, embracing the artist's way is admittedly silly in a very unsilly time. But in my humble opinion, as a doctor, professor, authoress, artiste, being silly is a vital expression of humanity, and neglecting that only serves to dim our light. Fight back against the tech bros and their tacky, uncanny AI slop. Fight back against puritanical social norms, against the prison of capital, and don't let them turn you into product. Muses, invite them in, and their deadbeat cousin, the Whims. Invite them into your mind palace and throw a house party, and be free. Make your art just because, even if that means drawing Spamton G. Spamton from Deltarune 400 times. Especially if that means drawing Spamton G. Spamton from Deltarune 400 times. That is the artist's way. Thank you.
Give it up for Sadie Lancrete, everybody. That was so tight, I just got a text from David Ellison. We're fucked. Too ideological, but you know what? It was worth it. All right. Our next performer. There he is. Oh, shit. He's touching the computer. Brandon Kirkman loves to make silly yuck-em-ups. He is a writer, comedian, and visual artist living in Chicago who's now very busy raising 2 kids. He hosts and produced Podzuki, Chicago's only Christian podcast about big monsters living in sin, as well as a co-producer on the live comedy fantasy show Thirst for Adventure at the Lincoln Lodge, heard of it, every second Wednesday at 7 p.m. Now, who's ready for some psychosexual comedy mixed with a hint of Donald Fagen's lyrical witticisms? Shout out to my Steely Dan fans. Let's give it up for Brandon Kirkman.
I feel like this is an audience I can feel comfortable saying, I would never do it without the fez on. Am I right? Okay. Okay, dads, let's get going. Real quick, just a show of hands, raise them up. Who has played Magic the Gathering before? Yeah, I knew this was going to happen. Okay, listen. I'm glad we're all on the spectrum together. It's nice. But I'm going to make you all geniuses at Magic the Gathering tonight. Specifically, the lore. It's important. Oh, shit. Good. Yeah. Listen. There we go. Well, it was the beginning of the slideshow. Listen, I'm not smart. Don't tell them, please. But I am a genius at Magic the Gathering. I have a very, I'd say, in-depth history with Magic. Let's just get into that. This picture was taken 14 years ago. In 2001, I want to set this story here. My brother and me had to share a house key because my parents were on vacation. I was in high school. And basically, I got stuck outside because he went to a magic tournament. Good for him. I'm sitting outside, and I see what appears to be a wolf approaching me. And then it turns out it was just a husky let loose in the neighborhood. He was very friendly, but I got him back home to his owner, and then I swore to that day, I will never play Magic. Never! But in 2011, I had a college friend that said Magic's fun, and I was like, okay, cool, let's play it. A little bit of background there. I want to get you into some of the basics of Magic real quick, which I think is important. First off, created in 1993 by Richard Garfield. Yes, that Garfield. Listen, if there's anything I love more than mana, it's lasagna. Take a little applause break for lasagna. Just the basics to get into this real quick. If you're playing standard format, you both have 20 life, you're going against another person. You're dueling, you're magicians. You need to get that life down to 20 or either have them draw all their cards. Either way it works. Some fun formats for that too is also limited, which is where you either do draft, where you get to pass a little pack around and think about how you are 40 years old this year. What are you doing? Or Commander, which is my favorite format. It's a multiplayer one where you can have friends come over and make them think, why am I friends with this 40-year-old? He is recessed as a person. I've recessed as a person. We need therapy. Let's get into this real quick. Why do I think the lore behind the game is important? Here's one thing. You see the fun cards. You know that they're all out there having fun, but there's a story behind there. Here's the reason I think it's important to know the lore of Magic. I think it's neat. Second, if you ever need to impress everyone at a Mountain Goats concert, I mean like John Darnell, more like John casting that spell to make his eyes a little further apart. I think better, more intense orgasms. I don't need to explain that one. That pretty much goes right there. And then I think this is the serious part. Its original creative works of fiction are needed more than ever. I'm glad Sadie touched on this. I'll get to the end of the show, but we're going to have some dark parts coming up. I don't know if you noticed 2025, but things aren't going too well, including in the world of Magic, where wizards should just be having fun. Okay, let's get into this. It's time to show you how on the spectrum I am. About around negative 100,000 AR. I know what you're all thinking. The Blind Eternities. We've talked about them. We know them. We love them. What are they? You have your 5 sources of mana. Red magic, blue magic, white magic, black magic, and blue magic. That's right. They're all hanging out there. It's kind of like a primordial slop. This is where all of the magic comes out. And inside of this primordial ooze, you have 2 things. You have the Eldrazi. Now, in Magic, the Eldrazi are like if you took Cthulhu, but you made it less racist. So I don't know if you're familiar with H.P. Lovecraft, but boy, does he love the N-word. It's really weird going back and reading actual H.P. Lovecraft. They're like, what if we took out the N-word and made it just kind of cool guys hanging out that are also, cosmic terrors? And then you have the Ur-Dragon. He's the progenitor of all dragons. Show some respect, please. If we could give a round of applause for Ur-Dragon. And then, things kind of develop. About negative 25,000 AR. Ur-Dragon gets mad horny. He's like, I need to seed every plane with my loins. I need to get dragons, 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 dragons. It needs to be like the opening theme to Dragon Ball Z. How many times I'm going to get these dragons out? And then also he creates 2 important parts of Magic with his Dominaria and then also Nicol Bolas, who's one of the big bad evil dragons of Magic, one of the original Elder Dragons too. I also did want to mention with my old Magic group, it's very important that we pointed out his name sounds like a 1993 Croatian basketball player. Possibly traded to the Pacers from 1989 to 1993. So anytime we'd play the card, we'd go, coming to the stage, Nicol Bolas. He's a bad dude. He's done a lot of things. He's an ICE agent, yes, okay. I mean, kind of actually. He gets into a lot of eugenics, but dragon eugenics, and that's still kind of racist in a weird way. They're everywhere. We can't exceed them. Anyways, negative 10,000 AR. Ravnica is formed with countless war and bloodshed until the guild pack is formed. Let's go through the guild packs. I know what you're thinking. Okay, first off, we have Azoria Senate. Can we say it together? Blue, white, mana. Okay, then we have House Demir. Can we say it together? That's Golgari. Kind of embarrassing yourself. Black, blue. Okay, then we have the Cult of Rakdos. That's gruel. How big are your craniums going to get if you're not even embracing the Guild Pact of Ravnica? Okay, let's go through this. Okay, Gruel Clan we did. Silencia Conclave. White green, yes! A real one, right there. Love them. Orzhov Syndicate, black, white. Okay, Orzhov, that's what I'm talking about. You got a good Aristocrats deck at home? Okay, man, that's fine. And then finally we have Boros Legion, Simic Combined, and then the Goofy Silly Guys Guild of Clowns. One of these I did make up. I won't say which one. It's Boros. Anyways. Then we go to negative 2000. Yawgmoth skips Dominaria to a new plane called Phyrexian, basically does the monster mash to an entire plane of people. You have your Frankensteins, you have your Draculas, you have your Monsters of the Black Lagoon, you have more Draculas, a lot of zombies, some more Draculas. It's a whole plane of it. You don't want to go there. Trust me, it's bad news. Anyways, we go finally here to negative 0. Well, I guess negative 0 is in. Listen, once again, I'm not smart. We go to 0 AR. This is where we need to get into a little thing about Urza and Mishra. They are the original famous brothers of Magic, kind of like a Jesus and a Jesus brother, James, if you will. But now they're steampunk. Pretty cool guys, I'd say, for the most part. But like, they kind of get into a whole Magic war. Mishra's evil, of course. You can see he's the one that's like all right here with the little cleavers. Basically, Urza, if you ever have imagined like a wizard painting it on like the side of a van, that's what he looks like. And this is one thing I want to spend a little time talking about. I think the most important thing about Magic is that any Magic card, even if it's like up to date with this nice illustration, if it doesn't look like it belongs on the side of a van, get that out of here. Not interested. I should be smoking weed inside of that card. Anyways, they kind of do a lot of big changes in the Magic world. They even named the Argivian reckoning system after themselves. If you name like the calendar year after yourself and then when you're born, you probably do stand up, right? I feel like don't want to hear Urza's solid 5. Anyways, let's go to 3000 AR. New Argalve is formed, and 5 planeswalkers make a pact to govern the worlds. They meet in Minorod, and they have a summit about around 3000 or 3200 AR. They ring the apocalypse chime and delete most everything. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It comes back. Anyways, that's the part where we make Kamigawa. That's a whole plane of Magic where it's like Japanese. There's a lot of samurais. There's ninjas. That's pretty cool. Also, Nicol Bolas is doing a bunch of shit in Ravnica. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Let's talk about planeswalkers real quick. Okay, I think important to go through they all represent the 5 manas of Magic. We have green, we have black, we have white, we have red, we have blue. Just want to go and do a little news on them. So this is Nissa. She's famous for being an elf. That's kind of her whole thing. Kind of racist. Don't need to think about it. Whole personality is being an elf. Like, I don't know about that. Liliana Vess, she represents black magic. Straight up baddie. Listen, she's got this whole bad deal with the Demon of the Veil she's trying to get loose from. Eventually she does. She kills a few people in the way. I think women should be allowed to kill people. Can I get a round of applause for that real quick? Just white men. It's fine, though, but I think that should be legal. Then we have a Johnny Goldmane, a bit of a bisexual furry awakening for certain people in this room that might be on stage right now. But listen, is he sexy? Look at that guy. Oh, my God. I would lick those abs if he was here right now, and I would not regret it with my wife knowing about it. Anyways, there's Sharnra Nala. She's the red spunky mage. If you ever described a spunky, God, that sucks, right? What's that even mean? What does that mean? And then there's Jace. He's the blue magician. He's famously known as the Mind Sculptor, a big fan favorite of magician people and Magic players because he's boring and he's white. He calls himself the Mind Sculptor. I would sculpt myself out of that conversation instantly with him. Not interested. But anyways, these are planeswalkers. They can go between all of these planes I mentioned, a big part of Magic kind of moving forward and how the stories work. Also a card type where you can do a bunch of cool stuff, and they have like an ultimate you can activate, kind of like an Overwatch. And technically you're a planeswalker when you're playing the game. I think it's cool, okay? It's nice. There's Nicol Bolas. I hate that guy. About around 4,000 or 4205 AR, Urza is maintaining the shards of 12 worlds to keep the rally intact. I don't know what that means. I did a lot of research for this. I watched 6 lore YouTube videos. They said it so many times. Nobody's like, this is what the 12 shards are. Does anybody know? Anybody in the audience, please help me. I just want to know. Anyways, about around this time, we're going to go through, and all of the famous planes of magic are formed in this kind of time period. We have Tarkir, which is like Mongolian but magic. We have Exelon, which is like Mayan but magic. We have Zendikar, it's like Indiana Jones but magic. Kaldheim, which is like Vikings but magic. We have Eldron, which is like fairy tales but magic. Theros, it's like Greek but magic. And then Innistrad, it's like horror but magic. They also have the Splinter Planes, like Duskmourn, which is like a 80s horror themed place, and then Lorwyn and the New Phyrexia. Do you all have 8 hours to go into the mini planes of magic with me together? It's okay, we don't have that time. And then finally, we're into the magic era of magic right now, about 4562 AR to present. The Omen Path era, basically, this is where we have Indominaria following the effects of the desparkening. All of our planeswalkers got their powers taken away, but now there's portals between the worlds called Omen Path that everyone has to use. Here's where the bad shit comes in. Magic said to themselves, what if they could go to places like Stranger Things? Or SpongeBob? That's right, surprise, it's the fortification of magic! Fuck you, audience! And when I say that, I literally mean the fortification of magic. So about starting around 2022, Magic, let's do this thing called Secret Lair where we can start having IPs. And the reason I want to talk about this, and it's an earnest, honest thing, is that I love Dungeons & Dragons. I love role-playing games. I love things like Magic because they have these rich worlds that you get to have these fun places created by people that put a lot of time and effort and really care about it, that are kind of like their own unique thing. But they're like, what if we just said, hey, slops, like, hey, piggies, here's the slop, eat up, yummy, yummy. And then also people were like, here's tons of money, let's do that. And now what do we have so far in 2025? We have Bagel and Smear from the Spider-Man sets. It's literally a fucking bagel. And you pay white mana for it. What does that fucking mean? It should have been green. Now we have Donnie and April, a Dorkable duo? Do you know how much I fucking hated seeing this fucking word in Magic? When this is print, this is gonna be a real card. That's a war crime. Or supporting Israel, either one, I don't know. And then finally we have SpongeBob cards are real. I do kind of like this one a lot. It's also a counterspell, which is like one of the strongest cards in Magic, but SpongeBob funny. Sorry. So, here's the big question. The initiation of all things. You can't escape it nowadays. It's just, you say to yourself, okay, well, what's next? Fucking Seinfeld magic set? No, worse. It's the fucking Office magic set coming out next. That shit sucks! I mean, even if you like The Office, I don't want to yuck your yum, but, I don't need Dwight Schrute, the fucking rebranded card here. And it's the thing I want to talk about a little bit more with you all together. Is there hope? Yes. Sometimes funny things do happen. Twitter and Blue Sky Friend pointed out that there is a card that you can play, Zinnia, that gets other cards pregnant with offspring. Sonic is in Magic. So technically in Magic the Gathering, you can get Sonic pregnant. Do I find that attractive? Absolutely. But here's the thing. It should have just stopped there. We could have had fun, and we should have been fine. But is there hope? No, absolutely not. I just wanted to leave on this honest opinion about Magic and the state of things. Is I think what Sadie was talking about earlier and what I'm talking about is that these worlds that they craft, like Theros and Exelon and all that, people once again put hard time and effort into making a creative world you share with your friends. It feels like it makes you more creative as a person. Storytelling is naturally ingrained in humans so that we can kind of feel a bonding in a community. But instead they're like, what if we just made it ads to just go further into capitalism, and you don't have to not think about anything fun. You can't imagine this being painted on the side of a van anywhere. That's why I'm saying, I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm supposed to fucking do. I love Magic. If you want to learn to play Commander, hit me up after the show and I'll teach you. It's still fun, but somebody could figure out all the bad things going on and fix it. I'd really like that a lot. I think somebody on the set might later have a solution for that. I'd really appreciate that. If not, I guess usually most of my sets kind of end like this to begin with, so. Anyways, I've been Brandon. Thank you so much.
Wasn't that just magical? Oh. Yeah. Woo! Grab those things.
They're all islands. Fuck you.
You got him. Guys, that was excellent. I always wanted to learn about that stuff. I was too nervous to learn magic because it was hard. A few things. Number one, there's a chair up here. And some of you are standing, and if anybody really wants to sit in that chair, I want to look at the back of your head. It would be an honor. Thank you. Round of applause for the person sitting in this chair. Oh my God. I can't believe that worked. It's my first time hosting. I feel like God. Oh my God, you could have hurt yourself on the way here. That was a big sacrifice. Thank you. Thank you, Cafe Mustache. Yes! That's Murph. Buy a drink. Buy a few. This place I spent a lot of time in over the last 10, 15 years. Who's counting? And I love it. Folks, next we're going to change gears a little bit. It's time to do a little harm to all of you. We have a game, Kevin, and it's the news quiz. Kevin, please come on up here and tell these good people what kind of dark shit they're in for. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kevin in the news quiz.
It's bright as shit up here. God damn. Oh, fuck. All right. So, yeah, it's a news quiz. Ah, fuck. All right. So, okay. I don't know the best way to explain this, but there are 9 stories, right? Inside of those 3 boxes of stories. Shut up, Tom! You give me the microphone and I will do what the fuck I want. Who's sighing now, bitch? Anyway, yes, 3 stories. I tweak one of them and make it a lie. Figure out which one it is. You do it 3 times and you go home after the rest of the show. Don't worry about that part. Is that to your liking, Tom? Yeah,
thank you.
Jesus fucking Christ. Also, you'll get $5 for doing so. So that makes you the smartest audience member because you get paid to be here. And it makes me the smartest person on stage because it's Tom's money. For this, I need a volunteer. You. Okay, sure. Well, I don't know. It's like you're allowed, yes. You can come closer too. That's enough. Anyway, so yes, you were raising your glass, and I was like, "Are you toasting me? I don't know what the fuck's happening. That's weird." Yes. Anyway, so you understand what I said with the game, right?
Yes.
Good. I'm not going to explain it again. Anyway, so the first set of 3 headlines, right? Okay. First story, food delivery driver is accused of shooting blow darts at people in St. Louis. Could have happened. Could have been a lie. Second story, Kim Kardashian claims she has no concept of how much bananas cost.
Well,
it's possible. Do you think she's an Arrested Development fan? Do you think she knows what jokes are?
I think she probably still thinks I Love Lucy is so funny. She just can't stop laughing.
Wait, I remembered something.
Yeah.
Use the microphone.
Okay. Yeah. I like to think Kim Kardashian watches I Love Lucy and she laughs so hard she can't breathe. Like that's just where her brain's at.
There's nothing wrong with loving a classic. The
But
fuck? Psst. Actually, fun story. I commissioned a painting for Tom and his wife and his cat. Their cat's name is Lucy, and it has a little heart that says, "I love Lucy."
It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. Pay your artist friends. I don't know, whatever. All right. Third headline of this set. Jared Leto led trans... Oh, God fucking damn it. It's not trans. Okay, let's take it from the top. Jared Leto Fuck, now I said the wrong word again. Okay, Jared Leto-led Tron Ares has a worse box office opening than Jared Leto-led Morbius.
I know that one's true.
Do you remember Morbius?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, which of those do you think is fake that I twisted?
I don't think the blow darts was. I don't think the blow darts is real.
What was that noise? Doesn't matter. Anyway, you're wrong. You're wrong as fuck. No, they found 30 darts and a blow dart in his car. I don't know, or like a blowgun in his car. I don't know. I don't know why. I found this story earlier this month. I literally looked at it again, and I still don't know why. There was no update. Kim Kardashian did not mention bananas. She mentioned she does not know what the price of a carton of milk is, which is very similar, but I tweaked it. Do you understand? Yeah. Yeah.
It's a real cheap trick. It said it's a real cheap trick.
No, bitch, it's subtle. So yes, Morbius did earn like $6 million more than Tron Ares. But they say it's a decent way to like get a cheap Nine Inch Nails concert. There you go. Second set of headlines. Timothée Chalamet has won the Performative Male of the Year award. Logan Square knows a thing or two about that, don't they? Oh, yeah. Anyway, story 2. Google Japan, not an action, but the noun, Google Japan, offers a keyboard modeled after rotary phones. Like you go, teet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. You know what a rotary phone is. Story 3, and it's terrible. Men are betting on WNBA players' menstrual cycles. Would men do that?
I don't even think men know. Most men who bet in sports don't know what a menstrual cycle is. So I find that really hard to believe.
Men watching women's sports?
That's the other thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the thing you're choosing?
It is.
Oh, God, you're wrong again. Men are terrible. Am I right, folks? It's either that or performative males.
I think it's progress. At least we're learning something.
You think that's progress? The bar is in hell. So no, the rotary phone keyboard is correct. They're betting on menstrual cycles. Timothée Chalamet did not win Performative Male of the Year. He probably could. I don't know.
Are we done with that?
Are we done with? No.
Oh, God.
No. No. He won the White Boy of the Year award. The first of such. Who's your favorite white boy?
Timothée Chalamet.
God damn it!
I had a dream about it last night.
Go on.
I had a dream that we were in Wonka 2, and he was really insecure about it because they were supposed to recast him with Tom Holland, and then the rumors got out that he was back, and it was a mess.
What the fuck did he just say? Wait, I'm sorry. What are your pronouns?
He, him.
What the fuck did he just say? Thank you. Okay, your third set of stories. The UK National Health Service guidance says that marriage between first cousins has benefits. I don't know if that was like benefits wink or... Okay. Second, man stores AI-generated robot porn on his government computer and loses nuclear secrets. It is very believable. They're all very believable. That's why you got 2 wrong thus far. Okay. Headline 3. Top U.S. Army general says Call of Duty Black Ops 7 has given him strategic ideas.
Oh, boy. I don't think anyone plays Call of Duty anymore, so I'm gonna go with the third one.
Wow.
Do people still play Call of Duty?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people play Call of Duty. They're
home playing Call of Duty.
yeah. They're at a different bar listening to something that is not live lit. What are you talking about? Jesus Christ. Okay, so the first story, yes, the NHS did say it's okay to be in a marriage with your first cousin. And then everyone was like, what the fuck? And then they withdrew that. There is a guy who lost nuclear secrets because he put too much porn on his government computer. 187,000 pictures. He said I like how someone was like, stills? Not movies? Who has time to look at singular frames of pornography? I'm a busy individual. Apparently, he was trying to train an AI algorithm, so he did like he said he built this library up over like 25 to 30 years. Some of it had robot porn in it. Yeah, and Siri? No, what?
So it's possible he was jacking off during 9/11.
What is your mind? It is possible. It is possible, yes, that he was masturbating to robot porn on 9/11, yes. Stronger than the troops. Fun fact, he also has a wife, which begs the question, what am I doing wrong? So yes, you did get one correct. Not for the right reasons, but you did. So this top army commander, or general, he's the chief of staff of the United Nations Command in South Korea. He's using ChatGPT to make military commands. Not Call of Duty, though probably also. He also states that Chat and I have become really close. In short, we are fucked. What's your name? I forgot that part.
It's Colin.
That's a good performative male name.
The performative male trend it's just a way for white women to be homophobic again and get away with it.
Ooh.
Hot take.
Ooh, you know what? For that hot take, I'll give you $5. Thank you. Anyway, I welcome back to the stage your host for the evening, Josh Watkins.
Yes. Double Dutch. Didn't you guys love to see a little quiz, to see a little game? The games make us smarter. I read that in the New York Times op-ed pages. Tom, where's our clipboard? Is it circulating around? We have a clipboard over there somewhere where you can add your email address. And Tom will email you once, maybe twice a month, but probably not, about this very show. So put your name on it. We promise not to bother you. And if you change your mind, you can fucking ask him to take it off, and it's fine. We have some other housekeeping. There's little donations bin yonder. I'm looking at it. It's by the door. This show is free, but if you want to pay these writers, you can do it. Yes. Ring the bell. Thank you. All right. Coming next to the stage. After that wonderful quiz. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Colin. We have Lynda Cortez. Hey, them, she is a performance artist, from acting to jazz singing to hospital clowning. She was born and raised in Greater New Orleans and moved countless times. It is speculated that Lynda gained class consciousness at 7.5 after Hurricane Katrina. But then again, they wanted to join the Air Force in middle school. Everybody, Lynda.
I don't have a timer for this because I really have to pee, so I'm just going to base it off of how much my bladder can hold this urine. Perfect. When I was 11, I was watching Doctor Who, and I only watched Doctor Who when David Tennant was the 10th Doctor. So there was this episode, I don't know the name of it. If you know, please say it. It was when he and Donna were trying to blend in with all these aliens. They were like very intellectual and like they all looked the same. So they took something or they wore something and they were able to just blend in as long as they didn't say anything or they didn't do something that was out of the ordinary. Then of course Donna fucking sneezed or whatever the fuck she did, and then everyone found out they tried to kill them. But that moment changed my entire life. I was a kid, very, very shy. I was the one when I would raise my hand, someone said, "It speaks." And I was really good at presentations, and then I became an actor and realized, oh, I like escaping. I love being someone else, and I love, love, love being somewhere where I'm not detected. Let me get my poster board. This is the art of event crashing. So you may be wondering, what does that mean? Party crashers. Has anyone ever crashed a party before? Raise your hand. Awesome. When was the last time? Like a year ago. Did you crash a party a year ago? Raise your hand. How about like 2 years ago? 2 years ago? What did you do?
I managed to get into the art expo. Like, yeah, there was some fancy event. There were cocktail weenies and waiters with little white gloves. It was quite a lot, and I was not dressed for the occasion.
But I'm so proud of you for doing that. When I was 17, that was the first time I ever crashed a party in New Orleans. My friend Jackie, who is a pathological liar, she was the kind of friend to be like, hey, so the day our friend died, he actually was in the room with us while you were changing. He just said he got really uncomfortable, but he really likes you still. And she was really weird. But anyway, she was down to clown. So we were going down New Orleans, down Carrollton, and then we see a group of these kids being like, oh, yeah, this party's going to be so great. Yeah, what about Chase? And I'm like, oh, he's going to be there, too. And we're like, let's fucking go. So we just waited, and then I was like, fuck, where is it again? And then I asked someone, I was just like, hey, do you know where this party is? Oh, it's over there. And it was this nice-ass white, like, pillar. It was not a big mansion. That was a fucking mansion. And we went in, there was this big tent, and it was just, we were just getting drunk off of their cheap beer for a rich house. And then we were there for about an hour until someone was like, Jackie, we gotta go. And ever since then, it just felt like crack. What is party crashing? I made this Venn diagram, but you can't read it, so I'm gonna say it for you. So I believe, and this is me, there are 4 different areas of what makes a party crasher. There's escapism active. So you want to be a part of it. There's something in you that is pulling you to it. You don't want to be passive. You don't want to be like, oh, you want to act in it. There's intruder, non-consensual. Voyeurism. And entertainment. Now, if we get into, it seems like people like the intruder part. So if you combine escapism active with intruder, non-consensual, you get living in walls. Voyeurism also got a lot of laughs. If you combine intruder, non-consensual with voyeurism, you get offenders list. Let's go on. Voyeurism and entertainment, you get spectator. So someone who is interested in something, not just on your phone like, oh, what's this TikTok? You are actively watching that YouTube video of an essay about why you read so much fan fiction like Pokemon X Reader, and it was like really embarrassing. Then entertainment and escapism active, that is also spectator part 2, but that mostly means a performer. So you don't just want to watch. There's only 2 types of people in the world, the ones that entertain and the ones that observe. Britney Spears, also from Louisiana. And so we're going to get a little further into this, because I'm trying to make this a little bit digestible. So I'll speed this up. So you have spectator, entertainment meets actor. Actor is closer to party crasher. Then you have escapism meets party crasher meets living in walls. That means get help. You have Offenders list and spectator with party crasher, that means stalker. Now I do want to say this before I go further. I am legally not advising y'all to crash anything. This is entertainment. This is entertainment. And actually repeat after me. I am not going to stalk my ex. One more time. I am not going to stalk my ex. Thank you. It's like a bartender when they're like, you're drunk, you can't have any more. It's like that, and then they get into a fucking car crash, and then they're like, well, I went to this bar, and then they get in trouble. It's this. I don't have that kind of money to get me out of jail. Okay. So we have that. The last thing is living in walls, party crasher, performer, escapism, that's ding dong ditch. So this is all you need to know. And then further, if that was just a 2D model, this is 3D model. It gets a little bit more special. You understand that within this is the morality test, and that's the other thing. You're not crashing parties to just be like, you know what, just fuck everyone. It can be, but it also can be for this idea of, I want to know what it's like to be someone other than me. I would never be invited to like a VIP, I don't know, fucking stock bro shit or a mixologist party. But I will go because I just want to know what it's like. I want to know if everyone thinks like me or if I really have narcissistic tendencies, thinking I'm so special, maybe. So there's discernment. You need to have that or else you can get yourself in serious fucking trouble. Then there's also the research part, and then probably trauma. Is there a reason why you so badly want to be somewhere you don't belong? I know I do. And then, if you rotate this even more, it's a singularity. It's a black hole, and you'll never get out of it. All right, risk assessment. You talked about it a little bit like this, okay? So people can be bigots. So another thing, have you ever heard of, what was his name? Kid Protocol. You ever heard of that man? Yeah, he's really weird. He has like 800 followers or something. I mean, more than me. But this guy is known for crashing parties. He will go to like Sundance and just go. That was his whole fucking thing. Now, of course, this is a white man, a straight white man. So the idea of you getting caught is more lower than if you were, a woman, trans, like a person of color. Just know that the white men are always gonna get a little bit easier. So just understand that risk of threat, and also understanding like what areas do you think is gonna be more uncomfortable or more dangerous. Financial. Sometimes if you do get caught, you need to get an Uber to get you the fuck out of there really fast. Or if you do get arrested, you need to have some bail money. Familiarity. Do you know this space? Have you been here before? Did you research before? And that's very important because you need to understand you also have motives. Just like I said before, you can use all these tactics. I'll explain in a little bit. But are you doing it because you want to know, what's my ex doing? Is she really going to that concert with, what's his name? You understand that. Why are you doing this? I really am not for doing this because, I want to get laid. Because even that, imagine next day you say the wrong fucking name. And then that's going to be really embarrassing. And security. How tight is the security there? All right, so there's different types of party crashing. Thanks for being so attentive. I'm not that funny, but I am very serious to the point it gets funny. So there's types of party crashers. So you got the typical weddings, expos. The one I did in Chicago a couple years ago, it was this lady that was coming to my bar. I was a server, and she was like, hey, are you a mixologist? No. Well, here's this invitation for your mixologist to go to this little expo. I said, oh, cool. I texted my friend at the time being like, we're going to this fucking expo. Make a new name. We're going to pretend we're someone else. And I did. I made a whole new contact. And then I went there. It was really chill. You could have just walked in. But it was something like a nice high of being able to say, I'm someone else and no one knows. And that's the sexy part. There's a secret that you have that no one else knows. It's like having that vibrating whatever thing that's in you. And your partner's like, it's great. It's like that. It's like that. Another type is free continental breakfast. My first year here, I was so fucking broke. My boyfriend and I at the time said, well, actually it was my idea. He likes to think it was his idea. And I said, hey, you know what? if we don't have enough money for food, let's go to fucking Best Western. It was that garden one, the pretty one that's in Lakeview. We went there 4 years ago, and I said, okay, we need to get like a fucking escape game t-shirt that says Chicago, backpack, baseball cap, sunscreen. Don't look pretty at all. Just get your baggy jeans and tennis shoes and just look around before you walk into that place. And then I checked the hours, and I was like, yep, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Let's fucking go at like 9:30 a.m. And of course, a bee was bothering us, so that was like fucking karma. But that's what you do. You research. There's different types. That's why I said event crashing, not party crashing, because anything can crash. And you also got urban exploring. For entertainment purposes, I'm going to talk about someone I know who's done urban exploring. So urban explored in Wisconsin. And, you know, there's another threat like that. There could be someone like a cop that you set off an alarm, and then you and your friends have to hide behind a hill until they're gone. But that's still, in a way, crashing an event. You also have classes, and I do this, and I recommend everyone to do this too, because education should be free. But yes, I have gone to U Chicago and I went on their website. This is what we also do. You do research. You're like, where is this and when is this and who is it for? And I was like, let me find Psychology 101 classes. Let me find anatomy. And then it tells you, best time to go is during syllabus week, you know? And another thing with that is understand, do I look like a college student? For me, I kind of do. And then you also figure out, like, okay, I'll go once. Don't go every week. And then they're going to be like, oh, who the fuck are you? But just go. And it was interesting. I wrote a lot of notes. It was really fun. But, you know, if you're just interested, do like a lecture hall. Don't do like the 30-person discussion class. The fuck? What else? Okay, you also got the business events. I talked about all that. You know, those are the types of party crashings you can do. So it's not just like a big VIP party at Sundance. No, it could be anything. It could be, I don't know, anything. So tips and visibility. So I think about that Doctor Who episode where, yeah, you just can't stand out. And something that I noticed, if you ever found this as a kid, I was an only child, but middle kids also count, where you're kind of forgotten about. If you're ever in a group of friends and then it's like, hey, where's Lynda? If you were that person, you're perfect for this type of profession. I got quiet ass feet from trauma, and that's helped me. I'm short. My fucking pediatrician tells me 5'5". What a fucking dumbass bitch. That's Louisiana. I'm 5'1 3/4. So understand where your limits are, and understand when you go to these parties, you're not trying to win the spotlight. You're not trying to find these connections and this is just for the sake of getting that adrenaline rush. It's for the sake of being able to say, I did something and no one knew. It's the equivalent of putting something on the wall, putting political posters on the wall, and no one knows it's from you, but it does make an impact. But in a way, when you crash a party, you're making an impact with yourself. I'm being so serious about that. So people watching, you're a people watcher. Understand how people interact with each other. And it's just interesting. It's something where you want to become someone else. And I am an actor, so I love not being myself. That's sad. Character building, just like when me and my ex-boyfriend, we went to that continental breakfast. Understand, do I look the type? It's like branding. You're like an actor. You are an actor. You're not getting paid. But you sure are getting that high that you would have when you had a bad addiction with something else. So it's nice for that. If you're in recovery from something, speaking from my own experience, it's great. It's great. And you might get arrested, but shit. And the confidence, even right now, I took my anti-anxiety and I feel fine. If I didn't, I would not be up here. This is my bibliography because I think that's hot as fuck. I will say, before I end this, because I completely forgot to talk about this guy, there is a book that is called, if you want to read about this is like 11th century, The Art of Party Crashing in Medieval Iraq. So this was by al-Baghdadi Khatib, and the translation is the scribe of Baghdad. And he wrote this text talking about different ways of how to crash something. And usually it was like a big fuck you to all the elites of being like, what do you mean I can't be a part of this? Well, fuck you, I'm gonna do it. And I will end by saying this, you can use this idea to become someone else for different gains. I believe in political gains. There's a group that's called Chicago Clown Brigade where we all dressed up as ice, but clown, just to say fuck you. We all look the same. We all agreed to dress. Okay, we're all going to paint this color and do squiggles. But there's something very interesting and very important about being able to blend in and knowing when to get the fuck out. Well, thank you so much, everyone. I'm Lynda Cortez.
Did you know that if you dress as a clown and also ice, you are gonna get those motherfuckers? Thank you, Lynda! That was sick! I wish that you had come into contact with me many years ago when I was at UNC Greensboro, North Carolina, and drove with some fellas to crash a party at Duke University, which looks like fucking Hogwarts. And we did not get kissed on the mouth. And the guy who drove us home to Greensboro drove drunk, and I was so mad at him, and we had to sing the Bumblebee Tuna theme to keep him awake on the wheel because he was driving us off the road. But I lived, bitch. And I'm here to tell you that Tom Harrison is a writer and comedy guy. He is co-creator of The Skewer and is also one of the hosts of the greatest Two Guys Chatting podcast ever made, Anime Sickos Podcast. Yes. In his duties with Anime Sickos, he has produced, written, and directed 2 award-winning audio dramas and wrote and programmed a narrative video game about going back in time and annoying John Lennon. He is also a producer and co-creator of this show. Give it up for Tom Harrison! You fix it.
I know all the steps because I came early. One moment. Hey, we got there. Folks, I do believe I said they were award-deserving audio dramas. I want to be real. They did not win any awards because there are no such awards to be had. Anyway, hello. Hi, everybody. It's me from Josh Talking About Me. How's everybody doing tonight? Hell yeah, me too. I'm feeling great. Honestly, live comedy, baby. There's nothing better. Are you loving that? Fucking our previous performers, incredible. So funny. Let's hear it for them. Josh. He came up to me before and was like, I'm so nervous about hosting. Motherfucker, you're perfect. Shut up. I really love live comedy. Honestly, and as fun as it is to watch, and it is very fun, there's nothing like the rush of actually being up here, you know, performing, doing the comedy. And I know a lot of people watching someone like me, they can get a little jealous. You know, like, why am I able to do this and you can't? Well, there's no answer to that question because it is a flawed question. You can do this. I mean, obviously it looks effortless when I do it, but it's not magic as much as I may be convincing you it is. There is a craft and it can be taught. And this is why Genius Night is such a special show. Tonight you are going to get a lesson in it for free. Comedy 101, folks, we got it. That's the laughing guy, boom. That's his mortarboard, he went to school, boom. I couldn't figure out I wanted them to go at the same time and I couldn't figure it out. Anyone know how? Anyone want to tell me? I can't change it now, so it would be pointless. Now, obviously, we don't have time to cover my entire comedy training course, and let's be real, you would have to pay for the full thing. So I'm just going to give you one module for free, just to open your eyes a little bit to what's going on behind the curtain, maybe get you thinking about comedy and creativity in a new way. Sound fun? Hell yeah. I'm going to give you my highest impact comedy training module since I'm such a generous guy. Obviously, you are going to need more than just this if you want a well-rounded set. But especially in today's comedy ecosystem, this is the skill you are going to most need. Crowd work. Anyone notice how the photo and text moved at the same time? I'm a smart guy, you can trust me. Crowd work, okay. Why do we need this? Folks, we cannot pretend we live in a world where we can make it on merit and merit alone. We all know who the president is. You want to get ahead, you need a hustle, you need a grind. And when I say that, I mean put clips on social media. If there's one thing everyone knows about me, it's that my comedy career turned out exactly how I wanted it to. And I am constantly remembering to put vertical video clips of my creative work and put them on the sites that normal people use. No one can say I don't do this. I would really have to be an idiot not to do this. It would speak to a fundamental unseriousness in my performing career if I didn't do this. So rest assured, I do it and don't check. Point being, you gotta post your shit online. Non-negotiable. That's the final bullet point. Non-negotiable. This is the only way people are gonna know if they like you or not. If you go and tell your friend in real life with your disgusting, wet human mouth, come see my comedy show, it's really good, they're gonna think you're a fucking freak and kill you with a gun. And they'd be right. On the other hand, though, if they see a clip of you on their phone, well, that's a different story. Plus, every time you're doing this, you're basically buying a lottery ticket, because one day you might go viral, and that's when your career really takes off. Now, here's the issue. If you're posting your material all the time and you do hit that jackpot, you do go viral, you get those 5 million likes or whatever, that's some bona fide dynamite material that you gotta throw right in the trash. It's done, you burned it. Someone who goes to see you live after seeing your viral clip is not gonna wanna hear you say the same shit they just heard you say on their phone an hour ago. Gosh. If only there was some way you could generate clips on the fly that demonstrated your voice and personality without using up your written material. Well, good news, idiot, there is. I said it already. It's crowd work. The thing about crowd work, and if there is one thing about crowd work, and there is this, is that it's all real. Normally, comedians, they come up here and they play it safe. You know, they say their material that they memorized at home. Oh, I'm gonna say my comfort words that make me feel safe. They're basically stimming. They're getting up here and stimming, and they want me to fucking clap. Wouldn't it be exciting, exhilarating even, for them to step out on the edge and do comedy without a net? Man, I'm like just the wrong height. I gotta go to, anyway. Comedy without a net. With crowd work, you have to have the skills to nail it right then. There's no do-overs. You can or you can't. And when you can, you have the audience in the palm of your hand. They know that what they just saw was real. It wasn't fake. There's no do-overs. What did I do? That's what was supposed to happen. Now this makes it sound really hard, right? Right? Yeah. Honestly, we want it to, because it makes it more impressive to the plebes. But I'm going to tell you, because I'm being honest with you guys, you're my friends, if you know a few basic moves and can path a simple flowchart in your head, this is something anyone can do. Sure, there are no do-overs, I'm not lying about that, but honestly, you don't need them. I mean, it is the equivalent of saying, like, I know how to climb a ladder without a helmet. like it's true, but it's only impressive if you don't really know what's involved. So the main thing to know about crowd work is that at its core, it's just roasting. Find a unique thing about your target and make a lighthearted dig about it. This is one of comedy's oldest, most basic forms. And once you know the angles, you'll be able to do it with ease. First angle, simplest angle, this is going to be looks. Look and see someone who fucking looks silly in the crowd. Now, we want to avoid body shaming, nothing no one can, didn't have a choice over, so I'm going to just stick to outfits. Silly outfits. And remember, this is all real. There's no do-overs. And if you're like, Tom, this sounds easy, but I'm kind of scared of improv, do not worry. This may look like it. It is not improv. You can prepare like 75% of what you're going to say ahead of time and just steer what your mark says to that. I mean, this is not just so I remember when to advance the slides. There's some material here, and you'll see how seamlessly I weave it in. Let's just pick someone at random. Who's got a silly outfit? Who looks a little silly? Oh, God. Hey, you, sir, you.
Me?
Yeah, you. I mean, seriously, look at this asshole. He's wearing a goddamn vest. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry, did you not know it is the current year? We don't wear vests anymore, sir. Talk about some kind of vest wearing bitch. It's like ever heard of sleeves? Jeez. They're like pant legs for your arms, sir. Honestly, get up, stand up. You gotta show everyone this fucking vest. Look at the vest. Damien, why aren't you wearing the vest?
You said not to wear the vest.
Why would I fucking say not to wear the vest? This whole fucking bit is vests.
On the call yesterday, you said no vests.
Okay, that's insane, bro. That straight up did not happen. Why on earth would I tell you why would I tell you to do that? You were fucking delusional. Actually, you know what the real question is? How many fucking drinks have you had, man? Maybe you don't even know where you got fucking are right now. Wait, fuck. What version are you using?
4.1.
4.1. Okay. Yeah, we have a miscommunication over the drafts here. I printed an older version. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. You know what? You gotta know when to cut and run when an angle isn't working. You don't have to run down every angle. The cops aren't gonna get you if an abandoned angle. Some angles are duds. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip ahead to some shit that's not about the vest. I wrote a lot about the vest. This is some of my best fucking I'm like mad. Oh shit, okay, we got it. New topic. We're getting there, folks. Little snags. You don't let it bog you down. Little snags. I got a new topic. Slides, I gotta get the slides up to date. There's like one or two about vests. I think that's the last. No, there's. That's like the opposite of. Let's do a whole bit about the opposite of. You remember that guy? What's it about? Pant legs for. That was gonna be. You would love that. That was a callback to when I said pant legs for arms. I think this is the last one. Oh, there's more. Okay, I remember. This is the last one. I remember that. Okay, so the next one should be good. Fucking. This fucking guy. Okay, no, we're back. Ah, live comedy. All right, pretend I did great. I'm doing fine. Thank you. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. As much as you loved seeing me roast that idiot with my great crowd work, You gotta remember it's not a fight. You know, these people, the audience, they're not your enemies. Sometimes they can roast you right back, and it's important to not let that get to you. If they can bust out a killer line on you, what's happening? People are laughing, and when people laugh, you win. That footage is going to go viral for sure. It subverts expectations. It's saying at this guy's show, comedy is just in the air. It's hot. It's gonna pop. So you want to set your targets up for a potential reversal just in case they have the balls to take it. For example, sir, I've been getting you pretty good tonight. Is there anything you want to say to me in return?
You may have gotten me, but at least I got my 401k.
Dude, how did you fucking blow that? That was such a good line. Oh my God, I give you fucking gold. Okay, say it again. You delivered. You know what? You were flat. That's what it was. You were flat. You delivered it wrong. It's a perfect line. It's so fucking funny. It pays off the... Oh, fuck. It paid... Wait. Oh my God. I think the setup was in the part I skipped. Yeah, okay. There was a whole bit about investments and being fully vested. 401ks. I'm doing great. This is great. Okay. Oh, yo, we're back. Safe territory. This is going to work for sure. Comedy and relationships, name a more iconic pair. You see two people together, you're set. You just got to ask them about their relationship, ask how long they've been together. If you're feeling a little blue, you can ask them about their sex life. And hey, everyone's unique. Something there is going to be novel no matter what couple you're talking about. You just got to find it and point it out. Watch and learn. Sir... Is that your girlfriend you're with tonight?
No, we've never met before. My wife couldn't make it tonight.
I'm fine. Oh, shit, yeah, okay. Jobs. This one works every time. It always works every time. Ask someone about their job. This is free, basically. You do this, and you're going to get 5 minutes for TikTok. Easy every time. Now, why is that? I'll tell you. People want to know how other people live. We're naturally curious. Our jobs, it's like half of our time. So someone you may think you have a lot in common with, turns out they're spending half of their life in a way you know nothing about. You can't even imagine it. Now that's a twist. That's surprising. And comedy lives in the surprise. And it really works with any job. Like, they're all interesting. Let me show you how to do it. I'm just going to pick someone at random. You, sir. Yeah, you. What do you do for a living?
I'm a software engineer.
Software engineer. Okay. Well, I was hoping you would say something funnier. Are you doing a bit? Are you fucking with me, or is that really what your job is?
No, that's it.
Why would you fucking say that shit to me, dude? I was obviously giving you an out to change your answer. I don't know what you think I'm supposed to do with it. God, this fucking sucks. You know what? Do-over. Do-over. And this is fine. I never said you couldn't have a do-over. Sometimes you get a do-over. Are you really going to jump up my fucking ass over one do-over? Jesus Christ. And dude, say something fucking silly this time, okay? This is a comedy show. I shouldn't have to hold your hand with this. Do you understand? Say fucking, work with me. What do you do for a living?
I'm a butt doctor.
That's too silly. That's like, this is y'all gilling the lily. I mean, that butt doctor is the joke. Okay, do over again. This is the real one. Those last two ones didn't count. And dude, just say barista. Okay, got it? Do you understand? Say barista. You understand?
Yes,
What are you gonna say?
barista.
That's right. How fucking hard was that? What do you do for a living?
I'm a barista.
A barista! Oh! What the fuck? Is that like Spanish? Yeah. Hola, I'm a freaking barista. What's this guy doing? He's talking in fucking Spanish or something. Like, what is that about? He's like, yeah, me llamo barista much. You know what this guy's like? I'm gonna tell you what this guy's like. This is what he's doing all the time. He's doing something like this. He's saying like, I'm a barista. Can I get you some? Oh, fuck. What is that shit they make? That was not a rhetorical question. Fucking help me, please. No, it's not that. It's like fucking water. It's like funny water that they do something to. It's like this. It's weird. It's like just like water. It's a drink. You drink it. It's like fucking weird It's weird water. It's like. I'm not gonna fucking get it. Okay, we're moving on. This is one of the things about this whole crowd work deal. It's malleable. It's like jazz. You can't let it bog you down in a rigid structure. You gotta be like water. You can't get crossed up. One thing goes your way, you do this. You go there, and that way, fuck, it's coffee. It's obviously fucking coffee. Why didn't any of you fucking people tell me? I'm like flailing up here. Like I'm really having a hard time, and you could have. I forgot where I'm at. I have no idea what this fucking slide means. Next slide, I guess. So hopefully, remember what it's about. Oh shit! Yes! Ah! This is what is happening now. Okay, let's see if I did it right. What am I supposed to do when it's a barista? Make fun of them for being Spanish. Yo! I did that part. Yeah. Okay, I knew I'd get back on track. All right, what's part 2? I know there's 2. Make fun of them for making coffee. Okay, so I would have done that if you fucking people had any mercy in your hearts. So essentially, I did that perfectly. Now I know what you're all thinking. He's done 3 variations on this concept. He's probably fucking done, right? Correct. This is the conclusion. We've learned a lot about crowd work tonight. It's fun. It's fresh. It's real. I've shown you how to apply it in a number of situations, but before we go, I want to give you one last tip that will really level up your crowd work game and set you up for success in all of the comedy training modules to come. Lying! You can just use a plant! Get up on stage, buddy! Let's hear it for Damien, my plant. You can just make the whole thing a fake lie. This method actually has a couple of applications outside of comedy. Talk to me after the show if you want to know more. Anyway, that's been me. You've been a wonderful audience, all except this guy. Ayo, bye-bye.
Incredible. How about a little crowd work? How many of y'all like sex? Sorry, I'm trying some blue stuff. I'll put it back in my pocket. All right, folks, we've reached the end of this show. There's one last thing that you have to watch, and it's going to blow your fucking minds. We have a debate, specifically a debate that I concocted of the stupidest possible things I put in my brain. A bracket! Behold, Tom's handwriting. Much, much better than my own. Let's see if it sits on the music stand. How many of y'all like it? All right, look at that. Physics. Okay, I put this in my pocket at some point. I would like first to welcome our debaters to the stage, but before I do that, I want to thank everybody who also walked up on the stage. They fucking crushed and gave you all big brains. I see them growing out there as I speak. Give it up for everybody who did their part. Once again, Merv is at the bar. Give money to him for drinks. And give us donations so that we can pay our riders so they say thank you. All right. I'm gonna welcome two debaters to the stage. We have 4 topics. Our topic tonight is we are going to solve climate change. A lot of the shit that we've been doing, it doesn't seem to be working. So I came up with 4 possible solutions. May I welcome to the stage Donovan Eyre is a musician, podcaster, shout out to Radio Free Tote Bag, actor, streamer in Chicago with a heart of gold and a butt that won't quit. He wrote that, but so did I. They've got those big chewy pretzels here. $5. Donovan Eyre, ladies and gentlemen. Donovan, take your place. Josh Boerman. I got this from his website. He did not email me. I did email you. When? Like 5 hours ago. I don't have a smartphone. I left before that. But here's what you got. This is from your website. Hello, I'm Josh. I'm a theater director, podcast host, audio/video editor, writer, software trainer, occasional web developer, and New Yorker. If you're looking to get a hold of me via email, click here. If you'd like my CV, click here. But for real, Josh Boerman is the only other Josh that I recognize. You know him and love him from the podcast The Worst of All Possible Worlds. And now, Ill-Conceived. Fucking check that shit out. He's done loads of amazing work in theater and was heroically banned from X, the everything app. Welcome to the stage, Josh Boerman! Yes! I will never get a smartphone. I'm sorry, Josh. All right. Oh, my God. Already. Holy shit. All right, so we have 4 solutions possibly tonight for climate change, and you, the audience, are going to dole out who are the victors in these rounds of this fast bracket debate. They're prepared, I think, and they are ready to go for and against maybe any of these things. Josh, can I move over here so I can read from my music stands? Yes. Do that shit, Mark Maron. Sit on that stool. Donovan, can I move you a moment? All right, so our 4... an alternative fuel, rats. We're going to encase the Earth in a snow globe and control the weather. Perhaps we will build an enormous gun to kill the sun. You guys hear that sound? It sounds good, right?
That's supposed to happen. It's good.
If these are my last words, I have a safe box downtown at the train station. It's probably fine. And the Murph is gonna look at it, ladies and gentlemen. It's making a sound. A sound that we like. Yes! Woo! And finally, after an room is going to kill the sun, we might create a time machine to kill the 19th century industrialists who may or may not have put us in the position of climate change. For our first round of debating. Are you guys ready? Yep. All right. Donovan?
Hey, what's going on?
Yo, what's going on, man? How many minutes is the first round? 2 minutes each. Donovan, you'll be defending the alternative fuel, parentheses, rats. And Josh, you'll be defending the policy of encasing our beautiful Earth in a snow globe in order to better control the weather. Which of you will go first?
Put me in, Coach. Don't do it.
Donovan will go first, ladies and gentlemen, and ladies and ladies. Let's fucking rock!
3, 2, 1, begin. How's everybody doing? You like debates? Me too. I've done a lot of debates, and so I'm here tonight to wipe the floor with the menace from New York, Josh Boerman, representing our home, Chicago, where I've been since I was 28 years old, so kind of a local. Renewable energy. It's difficult. Fossil fuels, there's only so many fossils. Solar panels, it's gotta be daytime. Rats, they're everywhere. You give me 3 minutes and like a little piece of cheese, I'll go outside. I'll get us several rats. They're everywhere. What better? 2 birds with 1 stone. We got a new fuel and we solve the rat problem by giving them jobs. It's called rat power. Read this tagline. It's like solar power, but not just for daytime. Now you can be friends with the fuel. Rat power. Now, who out there remembers celebrity viral video guy, Pizza Rat? Let's get a round of applause for the Pizza Rat, everybody. Yeah, oh, I love this little scamp. We all saw him, whatever the fuck that was. We all saw him going down those subway steps with a big New York slice in his little chompers. That's a big piece of pizza. How much will we all guess a rat weighs? How much will we all guess a rat weighs? That's right, approximately 1 pound according to DuckDuckGo.com, the search engine that I use. Now, how much does a New York slice weigh? You don't know about New York. How much does a New York slice weigh?
I don't know.
Approximately. Is that the end of my time? The slice weighs like 3 pounds. A rat's 1 pound. That's like a huge proportion of like weight to power. You get a bunch of those. They can haul all kinds of stuff. Thank you. Vote for me.
Donovan. A worthy entry, of course. But we have Josh. Josh, will you tell us about encasing the Earth in a beautiful snow globe? Yeah. Yes.
Connoisseurs of the American cinema might be aware of the classic film Citizen Kane. At the beginning of this film, a snow globe is briefly upended, at which point we hear a single mysterious word, Rosebud. Now, this is a spoiler alert for Citizen Kane. It's a sled from his childhood. We all know this, so it's not really a spoiler. I'm sorry, I didn't know that this was, that we could feed into each other right now. Oh, okay. And in the same way that a snow globe was the thing that epitomized a shift in the American cinema, I believe that we should make a shift in how we address the climate. Large problems require large solutions, and that's why today I propose encasing the Earth in a giant snow globe. Now, how? I hear you say, how will we do this? I want to be very clear. I'm an ideas man. I don't know how we're going to do it, but it's something that needs to happen. And I'm here to tell you about the practical advantages over rats. First thing, solid crystalline structure. Now, here's the thing. I am a New Yorker. I have walked by rats. I have walked near rats. I have thankfully never stepped on a rat. But anybody who has stepped on a rat, which is to say like half of New Yorkers, knows that they don't have a solid crystalline structure. In fact, they're quite soft. Now, the thing about energy solutions is that they need to be durable. And there are few things more durable than the solid crystalline structure of a snow globe. Unless it's the one from Citizen Kane. So we need to do better. And that's the thing. Think about how much American cinema has advanced since Citizen Kane. Think about all of the pioneering techniques it developed. We can do that for ourselves on a bigger scale with better technology. Thank you.
There's a lot of hostility on this stage. We've never really seen hating like this before, but I welcome it. It's like a party crash. Folks, we're going to use the classic American democracy round of applause to figure out who won this round. If you believe, indeed, that the alternative fuel of rats is the winner, please give your greatest applause. Yes, yes. Very good. And if you wish to encase this gorgeous earth of ours in a snow globe, as Josh, my fellow Josh, has argued, please give your great round of applause. Oh, well, I'm afraid to say it, Bonnie. Dono, I'm afraid to say it.
I won.
No.
No! God damn.
I bet you were all wondering why I had this in my front pocket the whole show. That's why. But we're going to change gears a little bit because there's some more solutions that we can hash out in the forum of debate, etc. And it's going to be the enormous gun with which to kill the sun. Josh, could you argue for that? Sure. Yeah. You must. And the time machine with which to kill the 19th century industrialists who perhaps triggered the increase in carbon emissions, etc., etc., etc. You all went to fucking school. Time machine to kill 19th century industrialists. Dono, can you do it? Let's do it. Josh, as the victor of last round, will you go first? Sure. Tell us about the gun.
Great. The Second Amendment of the United States Constitution states that the freedom of the people to bear arms, the right of a well-regulated, something about a well-regulated militia and the right to bear arms. My point here is that that's the first thing you need to have on your mind. The second thing I want you to have on your mind is the Danish concept of hygge. Now, can I get a show of hands? Who is familiar with the Danish concept of hygge? Okay, a few of you. That's way more than I expected. The idea of hygge is that, particularly during the wintertime where it gets very cold and very dark, everybody needs to get together, get cozy, and, just sort of feel warm and feel nice together. What better way to experience the joint hygge in a distinctly American way than blowing up the sun with a huge fucking gun? Now, my esteemed opponent might say, well, Josh, that gives us like 8 minutes of sunlight, given how fast light moves, and then after that, it's done. To which I say, sure, fine, whatever, I get it. But on the other hand, you want to talk about like going back in time with a time machine? I know how that works, and oftentimes it ends up with the person going back in time getting hit on by their own mom. That's not a risk that I am willing to take. Moreover, this is a solution that we can depend on. This is a solution that will accomplish its intended outcome. Everything is going to cool down because there won't be a fucking sun. Thank you for your time.
Okay, and he's counting down. I just want to say, first of all, this elitist comes in from New York with his fucking glasses like some kind of smart guy. Get the fuck out of our city. Fuck a big gun. Let's go back in time. Here's two upsides to going back in time and killing 19th century industrialists. Number one, those guys were big time assholes. Fuck all of those guys. Number two, imagine the culture that we can bring back from the 19th century, back at a time when people lived in the moment. Not a phone in sight. Don't worry about other stuff that was in sight. That's not important, but we'll bring back that and maybe some other cool stuff too. They had like weird tonics and stuff. That's probably good. If you get rid of the sun, sure, maybe it'll protect your fragile eyeballs when it's magnified through those weird glasses you wear on your face. Crazy alert. I don't know what they're doing in New York, but it will destroy our beloved taxi driver's tan. The tan you get only on your left arm when the sun comes through the window. And maybe you worked a weird job one summer. You worked for your uncle's dental lab delivery service. And on one arm, it was like pale white up here, but dark down here. No more of that. Are we dealing with that, people? No! That's right. Get these New Yorkers and their damn glasses out of here. And, what was it? And we're going to go back in time and we're going to kill, like, the Rockefeller. I looked up some of these. The Rockefeller guy. I'm out of time. I can't list more of them. You know what I'm talking about. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, the spirit of debate, folks. I know they both did so nice, but you must choose. You have to choose. If you were swayed by the enormous gun, I'm sorry, I have to read it. I came up with this stuff. I had a very stressful month, and this is what came out of me. If you were swayed by the enormous gun with which to kill the sun, this fella right here, Josh. Round of applause. Yes. Very good. But if you rather believe we should go back in time and kill those 19th century industrialists, as our friend Dono argued, you make it so easy.
Let's go. That guy was cool and his vision is so good. That guy was awesome. We voted for that one.
Do not listen to him. We're objective, all right? David is watching live. Okay, so we are in our final bracket. What will win this round? You might be surprised that I'm doing this, but you will be switching topics. Dono, you will be arguing for the snow globe. And Josh, my fellow Josh, you must argue for the time machine with which to kill the 19th century industrialists. Which of you will make your statement first?
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna be the better debater here. I'm gonna let him go first. I'm just a polite guy.
Very magnanimous of Dono. Josh, won't you? You have 1 minute in your final remarks, and you may begin.
All right. So again, we're doing snow globe versus time machine, and I'm defending the time machine. Yeah. Great. Okay, I'm ready. Yeah. Let me know when we're starting. Yes, great. You know, some people hold to something known as the great man theory of history. This idea that there is one person out there who is going to just change everything by virtue of being the one who does it. Personally, I've never held to that. I believe that collective problems require collective solutions, and that is why I believe that we need to go ahead and marshal all of our resources together to, what was I defending again? The time machine. Wait, fuck, I'm arguing against myself. This is a problem. Pretend that didn't happen, and instead what I'm going to say is, so what, you think Henry Ford was a good fucking guy? You think that we shouldn't send the time machine back. That's what you think. You think the snow globe is a better use of our resources. So clearly you think that Henry Ford was awesome.
Tell me when the time starts. If we go back in time and kill 19th century industrialists, we're not going to have our John Davison J. Rockefeller IV, born June 18th, 1937, is an American retired politician who served as United States Senator from West Virginia from 1985 to 2015. We can't do that. We love that guy. I think about that guy every day. That would suck so bad. And God's probably going to be pissed. That can't have that. They didn't tell me they were going to change the format. A giant snow globe to encase Earth control weather. What a cool idea. We've all seen the thing at the circus, or maybe in a Simpsons episode, and it stuck with us, where there's like a big chain link dome and the dirt bikes are going around in it. If we make a big snow globe, not only do we control climate change, new international transit. You get on a dirt bike, you go on the inner surface of the globe, you look sick as fuck going around the world. Let's go, vote for me. Let's go.
Folks, we did it. We've been doing so much democracy. Everybody would be so happy with us. The ghosts of all those slave guys like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, you love them all. But there can only be one victor here, much like in our stupid nation we live in. Folks, if you are giving your beautiful hands to the snow globe theory of change.
Am I the snow globe now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good pick. A lot of people were talking about that.
Give it up for the snow globe. All right. That is hamming, but we will allow it. If you want to give it up for the time machine killing spree, folks, give it up for Josh. That's Josh. Very close.
Disadvantage that I argued on behalf of your point for a bit. Oh well.
Are you not geniuses?
We are Devo.
They are Devo. Folks, give it up for the snow globe. Donovan in Eyre, everybody. Yes, our victor. Tom, do we have anything to give people anymore? No. The budget was cut. We have no prizes. Hey. Buy these people both drinks. Give it up. Josh Boerman, Donovan Eyre, everybody. Incredible debaters. Please be good sportsmen. No! Will this country ever heal from its wounds? Yes! 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 Yes, you love it! Thank you, everybody, for coming to Genius Night, a night for geniuses. Round 2. Now, folks, we're going to take a little break over the winter. Please stop crying. We will return in February on the 26th. Yes! The beautiful Mustache Cafe, Cafe Mustache, has granted us a bi-monthly residency beginning in February, continuing into April, and then June. But after that point, we might talk about going monthly. What do you guys think of being here every motherfucking month to see geniuses? Wow! That's democracy! Folks, tip Murph, buy a drink. Thank you for being here, and we will see you all next year. Give it up for all of our beautiful performers and the geniuses that you are. Genius Night! Thank you!